You want to know how fast a room can turn on you? Watch what happens when you hand a mop to the wrong woman. Master Sergeant Riggs found out the hard way one minute he's playing king of the hangar. The next he's watching his empire crumble under the softest pair of hands in the room. I was there that day, yeah. That happened, and trust me, you could feel the tension snap, sharp as a gunshot, before anyone even realized the lesson they were about to learn. So, picture this. It's one of those mornings when everything's on the line. The M-Lock security system on the primary weapons cage, this million-dollar fortress of steel, and wires, has decided today's the day to die. I'm talking not just offline, but locked up tighter than a drum, every override dead, every manual a bad joke. For hours, Riggs and his team, these hard-charging techs who know their stuff, they're in the trenches, cursing, sweating, cycling power, flipping through schematics like the answers are going to change if you turn the page fast enough. But all they get is that one little red light blinking back at them like, yeah, keep trying, genius. And she walks in. Not a word, just a pair of plain blue coveralls. No name, no rank, not even a contractor's badge might as well have said invisible. Riggs, feeling the heat, grabs the first tool he can, his pride, and hands her a mop. "We don't need another janitor," he says, his voice slick with that special blend of sarcasm only career military can muster. "But since you're here, you can start with the floor." A couple of the younger airmen snicker, trying to stay on Riggs's good side. But the woman, she just takes the mop, her grip steady, her eyes somewhere else fixed on that locked weapons cage, like she's seeing something the rest of us missed. It's a strange sight. She moves with this eerie precision, each stroke of the mop straight as a runway, turns crisp, every move like it matters. Not a hint of resentment, just focus. The hangar, usually a riot of voices and clatter, goes dead quiet except for that soft swish of her mop. And way across the room, the visiting colonel, guy's got a face full of battle scars and stories, is watching her, really watching, like he's looking for something more than just clean floors. Time's bleeding away. The mission's riding on that cage, opening up without what's inside. The jets are nothing but noise and fuel bills. The colonel, not much for ceremony, just walks over to Riggs, boots echoing, says, "Status report." The window's closing. "Is your specialist making progress?" His tone says, "I'm not asking." Riggs flushes, has to admit defeat, so he barks across the hangar, "All right, specialist. You're up. Show us what you've got." The woman doesn't rush. She sets the mop perfectly upright, walks to the weapons cage, empty hands. No gear, not even a screwdriver. The airmen are craning their necks, expecting a miracle or a meltdown. She doesn't even look at the keypad. Instead, she runs her fingers over the steel like she's reading Braille, breathing steady, every inch of her posture telling you she's been here before. And then this is where it gets weird. She starts tapping. Not a code, but a rhythm, a conversation in vibrations between her palm and the metal. Tap, 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 then a pause, a shift, her fingers finding this tiny, seem almost invisible to the naked eye. One hard press, then a sharp knock like a secret handshake with the machine. Riggs mutters something about Morse code, but nobody's laughing now. The colonel, though, his eyes go wide, some old memory waking up. There's a deep thunk from inside the door, not loud, just final. The red light dies. The air hisses, the massive door swings open slow, heavy, like it's waking up from a long sleep. For a solid 10 seconds, nobody moves. Riggs is stuck between outrage and disbelief, mouth open, every comeback he'd loaded up gone like smoke. He steps closer, searching the frame for a trick, a hidden button, nothing, just smooth steel. The woman waits, still as a shadow, her job done. She hadn't broken the lock, spoken to it in a language nobody else in the room knew. The colonel steps up, looking at her not like a janitor, but like a ghost from his past. "Groom Lake," he says, quiet, almost reverent. "I haven't seen the T0 protocol used in 20 years. He nods to his aide. "Pull up her file. Authorization, Sierra Tango, November 6th. The aide screen fills with redacted lines, almost nothing to read. Name, Dr. Aries Morgan. Clearance, Onyx. Unit, unlisted. Call sign, Chimera. One note in special skills. Lead design architect and chief field implementer. The hangar shrinks. Now, for the first time, everyone sees her not as a cleaner, not as a tech, but as the architect, the ghost in the machine. The colonel, who'd seen more than his share of heroes and frauds, snaps to attention. Dr. Morgan, on behalf of the 44th Fighter Squadron. Thank you. You saved this mission. Then he turns, eyes cold, locking on Riggs. Master Sergeant. Assumptions are the enemy of readiness. True competence doesn't always wear a uniform. Sometimes it carries a mop to see who leads and who just gives orders. Remember that. The story ripples out not like gossip, but like weather shifting. They call it the Morgan Protocol. In chow lines and tool cribs, the legend grows. The day a quiet woman cracked the uncrackable, taught a roomful of loud experts the power of silence and skill. Riggs's punishment? Not on paper, written in the way his airmen look at him now. With less fear, more expectation. He starts asking questions he used to answer, listening more than he talks. The old swagger's gone, replaced by a humility earned the hard way. Dr. Morgan doesn't stick around for the applause. She spends an hour running diagnostics, finds a microscopic fault no one else could see, files her report in short, clinical bursts, then heads for the door. One of the younger airmen, red-faced with regret, runs to catch her. Dear. Morgan, I'm sorry. He stumbles over the question everyone wants answered. How did you know what to do? She pauses, the faintest smile cracks her armor. The designer, she says quietly, always leaves a key under the mat. You just have to know the house. And with that, she's gone vanished into the machinery of the Air Force, her story just beginning to echo. Months later, everything's different. New faces, contractors, recruits walk into the hangar and are met with respect, not suspicion. Riggs, now a real mentor, uses the door as a teaching tool. He taps the spot on the frame. That's the Morgan point. Never forget that the most dangerous thing in this building isn't locked behind that steel. It's the mind you underestimate. Never mistake silence for weakness. Never mistake humility for incompetence. Dr. Morgan's legend is more than a story. It's the standard. Real power isn't what you declare, it's the legacy you leave, the quiet lift you give others even after you're gone. Now, tell me, have you ever seen a room learn respect in real time? Was Riggs wrong, or just unlucky? What would you have done in his boots? Drop your tape below. This isn't just a story about a lock. It's about the kind of authority that changes the room, the kind we all wish for, and sometimes, if we're wise enough, we learn to recognize before it mops the floor with us.